Hi, this is Jen Wood, emotional wellbeing coach, therapist, and mindfulness teacher. And I'm delighted to be back today to speak to you about some mindfulness practices. Today I'd like to talk about the breath and just share a practice, a simple practice that I hope will help you to connect in with your breath and possibly appreciate the breath. Breathing is one of our most basic biological activities. We can't survive without breath for more than a few minutes, and yet it's something that we can take for granted. Because it's something that we always have access to, it can be really helpful to use it to help us to settle and to become more mindful. So just starting off by connecting in with our mindfulness posture, and I'll just talk through it again if anyone missed last week's session. So starting by feeling your feet in contact with the floor and really feeling the sensation of your feet. Noticing if there's any tingling. Notice how your feet feel in your socks, maybe in your shoes or slippers. Perhaps give your toes a wiggle and just notice how that feels. Perhaps it might help to imagine that you've got roots coming down from the soles of your feet right into the earth, helping you to feel grounded and rooted. And now noticing all the parts of your body that are in contact with whatever you're sitting on. Notice what that pattern of sensation is like. And just starting to settle into your body. Allowing the chair or sofa or whatever you're sitting on to hold your weight. Allowing the ground to hold you. And from your seat, imagining that you have got a thread coming from the top of your head, and that's just being pulled slightly so you feel like your spine is straightening and you're growing a few millimeters. And as that happens, feeling the shoulders dropping and softening. Imagine that I'm behind you or someone's behind you, just putting their hands on your shoulders, and you just feel your shoulders softening, letting go of any tension, and feeling your chest just slightly opening, feeling the shoulder blades on your back just coming down slightly. A nice open, upright posture, dignified, strong. And then if you're comfortable to close your eyes, or if you don't want to close your eyes, that's fine. You can just softly half close your eyelids, or even just soften your gaze. Maybe you want to softly look at the picture behind me. All of these things are fine. And as you close your eyes and you feel rooted and grounded like these beautiful trees, and you feel your spine growing, your shoulders soften, and your chest feel open, perhaps just very gently lifting each corner of your mouth into a gentle smile. And gradually gathering your attention into your breath. And as you breathe in through your nose, just notice how the breath feels as it brushes against your nostrils. Not trying to breathe in any particular way, just breathing normally, but zooming in your attention as if it's a camera lens and you're zooming in to focus on your nose and your nostrils. And just notice any sensations about breathing in. Maybe there's a coolness. Maybe you can feel the soft brush of air into the inside of your nostrils. Maybe it feels nice. Maybe it feels weird. Maybe it feels unusual. Maybe unusual feels weird. Just notice how the breath feels as it enters the body. And as you breathe out again, still through your nose, notice how different it feels as you breathe out. Is it warmer? Does the breath feel warmer as you breathe out? One thing you will notice as you focus your attention on your breathing is that you will get distracted by thoughts. And that's completely normal. If you find yourself distracted by thoughts, then you are doing this practice exactly right. And all we're going to do is every time we get distracted by thoughts, and it might be things that happened in the past, and it might be things that are going to happen in the future, or maybe things that we're worried about happening. Every time we get distracted, we're just going to come back to that brush of air against our nostrils as we breathe in. And noticing how the air feels as we breathe out. And just bringing ourselves back again and again and again. And if we get distracted 100 times, we just bring ourselves back 100 times. And as you continue to breathe in and follow your breath in and follow your breath out, perhaps imagining that there's a whole cycle of breath entering your body and leaving your body. And as you breathe in, if you get distracted, you can bring any thoughts to that cycle or circle of breath and breathe them out. Just noticing where your breath feels most obvious in your body, where you notice it the most. It might be in your throat as you breathe in. It might be at the top of your lungs. It might be in the middle of your chest as your lungs expand. It might be right down into your belly as you breathe. You might choose to put one hand on your chest and another hand on your tummy. And as you continue to breathe in and out, just feel these hands moving. Noticing them moving out and noticing them moving in. And every time you get distracted, bring your attention back to the breath, back to that circle of breath. Breathing in and breathing out. breathing at your normal pace. For this practice, we're not trying to change the breath in any way. We're just getting to know it. We're making friends with it. We're appreciating everything it does for us. Bringing in oxygen to the body, keeping us alive. Breathing out carbon dioxide, all of the waste stuff that we don't need. Maybe we can imagine breathing in anything that feels nourishing, rejuvenating, helpful, or supportive. As we breathe out, we might think about letting go of anything that we don't need anymore, anything that we've finished with, that we can release, we can let go. And continuing to bring our attention back to the breath. So our breath becomes an anchor for our attention. It becomes a bridge between our mind and our body, something we always have with us that can help us to settle. Once we get to know it and make friends with it. And you can just bring your hands down if you have had your hands on your chest and your tummy. And you can practice this if you'd like to do that. I would love to hear how you get on. You could comment below. And I look forward to seeing you next week with some more Mindfulness Monday. Thank you.